Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Nikto and All Under Heaven is finally here. Today we will try to restore the Imperial rule of the House of Yamato, becoming the political and de facto ruler of Japan and not only a ceremonial figure. The Empire of Japan is teeming with blocks all vying for control and power. As the Japanese emperor, my duties lie with the divine and ceremonial. The Kampaku handles all worldly things, but should he? There's tension in the realm, as Soryoko rulers set up personal fiefs in the provinces, challenging the traditional Ritsoryo bureaucrats in my capital, Helankyo. Could these agents of change help us return to an age of true imperial rule, with the Tenno overseeing matters celestial and earthly? We all have a role to play, and play it we shall. Okay, we have two options. No matter what comes, we shall stand firm, which gives us plus 20% taxes, but less troops, or peace is fleeting, we must be ready, which gives us more troops and more income while at war. While I like the second choice, I don't think we will have much war in the first few years, as we start with 0 domain holdings. So let's go with the first choice. No matter what comes, we shall stand firm. We are Tenno Chikahito of the Yamato dynasty and have the title of the Chrysanthemum throne, but no real power. The true ruler of Japan is the Kampaku Yorimichi of the Fujiwara dynasty, who is our uncle. Let's choose our lifestyle. We will follow the diplomacy lifestyle, so we can have better foreign affairs with the other Japanese rulers. Okay, next let's check out the new Japanese estates. We have mansions as main buildings, rice plots, which gives death growth, high death growth. We have some buildings which are locked behind the house aspirations, but we may or may not figure that out later, which ones are interesting for us and which ones are not. We have a new Japanese bureaucracy system, and the government types are actually split between a more bureaucratic and a more feudal government. That just as a quick note, as we are starting as a bureaucratic ruler, we can only declare wars for now on the feudal rulers to bring them kind of back under the bureaucratic governments, I guess. Besides that, we have some power blocks in Japan, which is a new mechanic which works kind of like the confederations, I think. And in 1066 we have 4 of them for now, while we are in none of them. But now let's start with the game. First of all, I will marry off our many siblings and family members for some alliances. That will result in 4 alliances, which should be strong enough to win us our first war, so we can gain a province. We can choose our first dynasty legacy. They've added the allegiance tree, which could be interesting for us. Or we could go for warfare, for example. But I guess let's give the new one a try and see how it works in the game mechanics. Let's also check out the men-at-arms. We have some men-at-arms here, warrior monks, which we could recruit for piety. And the upkeep is piety as well, interesting. We also have the mounted samurai archer cavalry, but we can't afford them yet, so let's look for something more realistic. Maybe light footman, or actually let's take bowmen. But we won't expand them for now, that's too much gold. I've secured a claim for us on the county of Yamato. Let's call all our allies so they can fight the war for us. Oh, and maybe educate our son. While I'm not a speaker of the Koreanic language, the poetry of the unified kingdom of Goryeo is well known for its depth and nuance. I think that's a new event, isn't it? Maybe it is time to learn our sister language. Yeah, seems like that. Let's win our first battle. And siege is done. We have secured the province of Yamato for ourselves. The Imperial family is landed once again. Oh, the Kampaku invites us to their block. I mean, we are looking to fight them on the long term, so maybe not. I'm also still thinking about creating an own power block. Yeah, let's stay independent from them for now. We have a son, Noriyori. Finally. And his mother, our wife, is of the Fujiwara dynasty. It's interesting to have these royal offspring pop-ups. As we can have 2 domain holdings, let's get us a second one right next to Yamato. I had to secure some new alliances, by the way. It feels a bit like the rulers are dying more often here. Very nice, 2 out of 2 secured. Gone in the night? Wait a second, that's our wife. She's running away with some samurai. She's the Empress of Japan, what do you mean? Okay, whatever, we will find a new one. I had an idea, as we are actually a kingdom tier. We could conquer more provinces and give them to dynasty members of ours. A savor offering. The bitter enmity between the great house of Yamato and the worthless savor is known by all. To date, the swine have made no overtures of peace. Oh, they are offering us a wife. Or they are trying to seduce us and influence us? Who exactly is he? Okay, he doesn't have land. And who is his daughter? No, his sister it is? Okay, she's 42. No, thank you. Okay, with the war done, let's give this to our nephew and boost our dynasty rating. I think we should even go for next war. I found a target. It seems we have full access to the ducal conquest, Casus Belli. And he and his ally are quite weak. And we are slowly getting stronger, by the way, as our county control goes up. We didn't have to fight them, easy peasy. This province shall go to a cousin of ours. And the next war, same, ducal conquests, and even on a neighboring province. We're building a little power block here. Okay, let's end this and hand it out to another cousin. And I think that should be it for now. That should be enough provinces. We can choose a new dynasty legacy, poetic beauty. Imperial family branches. What did just happen here? He is our cousin. And he descends from us, but he isn't part of our dynasty. It's a whole new dynasty now. 2 living members, 1 house. That seems to be an interesting new mechanic. Yep, he descends from a Yamato, and his brothers still are Yamato. So it's really only him and his descendants. Interesting. Anyway, I'm trying to build a new power block. I've invited many rulers, and it seems like they all joined. I think we spent like 50 influence per ruler to invite them. We are now 6 months later, and the power block just disbanded. I think I invited too many families with too many different aspirations, and didn't realize that the block unity, or whatever it's called, has dropped very low. So I guess we are without a block again. I discovered an interesting decision in which we can become a monk and pass the throne to our heir. I'm not looking to do that, but I think that's a cool little flavor decision. In search of the pure land. There is a new ruling regent, and he's only 44. Let's see, do we have enough influence to push us on the throne? What does it cost? 1,600. We can afford it. Last time I checked, it was like 2k or something like that. We are losing the vote again against a cousin from the Fujiwara dynasty. Let's check if anyone is willing to boost our candidacy. I found like 4 people which are willing to boost us. Let's see if that's enough. Yeah, I think we are in line again. We have actually done it. We've inherited the Empire of Japan. With Kampaku Mutenoshi's departure and my growing influence, affairs of the state are finally largely under imperial purview once more. As is customary, many expect me to shave my head and pass the throne to my successor. Given the line is safe, leaving the ceremonial responsibilities of Antenos aside, that I may focus on the more pressing politics of the day. We can become a monk, and our son inherits the emperorship, kinda. He's 17. Or we can decide that we keep both offices in one and rule like an ultimate regent. And that's what we are gonna do. I didn't expect us to do it in this lifetime, to be honest, as the new ruler was only 44 years and we are 64. That's kind of lucky. But let's see, how's the succession looking? I don't see our son up here. Can we actually bring him to the first place for the succession? We cannot boost his influence. Only the emperor can rule as regent of the imperial family. My advocate awaits. My bid to secure a mandate over Japan has borne rich fruit. Now as Tenno, I am surrounded with new advisors, ministers and minders. Creatures that urge me to reward well my friends and benefactors. Shino Fujiwara Sadatsuna, though he is not of the Yamato, was a vocal supporter of my candidacy and is my chief political creditor. To ignore his generosity would be akin to an insult. Who's that? Oh, he's called the Puppet Master. Cool. Okay, what are the options here? We can spend 30 influence, a hook, or 120 gold. or nothing. Let's spend the influence. We have large factions forming. They don't like seeing the Imperial family gaining power again. We are only second place though. The Fujiwara are still more powerful than us. Oh no, we have a 60% chance of becoming incapable because our physician doesn't have 18 learning. Huh, great. Oof, we suffer no permanent damage. But instead we are suffering under a faction. They wish to change the Imperial policy. And they are strong. 23 members. But we won't be blackmailed. I will not be threatened. Holy crap, that are many troops. Who's the faction leader, the war leader? Satsuma down here in the south. Okay, let's march on them. Looking good so far. Let's follow them, kill them again. How's the north looking? 6k troops in our capital. We need to siege their capital fast now. Or actually, oh, we captured him. I don't think we would have a chance if we hadn't this outcome of this battle. But now we have 22 traitors in our prison. I'm just gonna revoke all the titles and give them away real quick to, I think, if we can, to people of our dynasty and otherwise to local rulers. Okay, nice. I've just found some prestige and we now fulfill all the requirements to restore direct Imperial rule. I've watched for too long behind palace walls while my authority is usurped by warmongers. No more, it is time to take my place as heavenly sovereign, restoring divine dignity and stabilizing the realm. We get the Empire of Japan, Yamashiro, Dewa, Yamato, Shikuzen, and we adopt primogeniture. Not as a symbol, but as a sovereign. The cage unlocked. As emperor, I have reclaimed my rightful place as the true leader of this realm. My power is no longer wielded by those who wish to fuel their own ambitions, and all is restored to the Crusader throne. A sun to guide the land. This unlocks the Sword of Japan achievement in 1095 AD. So we haven't played 30 years since game start. I'm quite happy with this outcome, to be honest. But I'm sure you can be faster if you want to. I just didn't have much time to prepare. Just had like half an hour of testing some mechanics and stuff. So yeah, I really like it. We sit on the Crusader throne and have the Empire of Japan unified under Yamato rule. I hope you liked the video, and if so, please consider commenting, liking and subscribing. What is your favorite part about the new All Under Heaven DLC? Tell me in the comments. I hope you have as much fun with the DLC as I have, and I'll see you in the next one.